Heidi.
Oh, hey Britt, how are you?
I'm quite good. How are you going?
Yeah, good, not too bad.
Oh, that's good. How's uni going?
Yeah, it's really good actually. I'm doing town planning this year.
Yeah.
That was a bit of a left field decision, but I'm finding it very interesting. Like, it's all about sort of what they've done with history, like where they planned cities and how they planned cities and like what styles and of cities they should have and what they should have for the future. And I don't know, I'm just finding it really good.
Yeah, that must be so interesting for you.
Yeah, like it really connects to what we did in geography last year, and I really like that. So it's all going pretty well. There's one subject I'm not too keen on, but like I haven't given it that much time, so I guess it might get better.
Okay.
So yeah.
So you really enjoyed geography at school?
Yeah, no, it was one of my favourite subjects. Like, I love my teacher. I love the content. I really like learning about like people, where they are, and like what they're doing. And I guess that's what planning does. It's all about people. It's about planning for what's best for them and what's going to be best for the people of the future and things like that. So yeah, I think it was a really good choice.
So you're finding it really interesting because this is what you've always really enjoyed doing, or?
Yeah, basically.
Okay.
It wasn't something that I really knew that I thought, like I didn't really know too much about town planning, but I always knew I liked geography, and we just did a unit. I think it was either term 1 or term 2 last year, which was about like all these different styles of city living and what was the best for sort of our society. And that was actually that was what put me onto it. And I was like, hey, I could see myself doing this in the future. So then it was town planning, and I met a town planner. I spoke to him. He was really sort of interesting. He really loved what he did.
Yeah.
And that was what was really good for me, sort of knowing that it was something that you could grow to love, like you could love. And then so I started it, and it's been going so well so far.
So that must have been really good to be able to meet someone from the profession.
Yeah, no, he was quite successful actually. He owned his own sort of private company, and he was still fairly young, so that was pretty good. And yeah, he just sort of sat me down and talked me through what he did in his day, and then he got in sort of one of his interns. And his intern talked to me through what he did in his day, and so I got a real feel for what it was all about. And I mean, I haven't learned that much since I've been there. I've only been there 4 weeks, but what I'm learning is sort of really sort of applying to what he was saying about what we do, what they do, town planners do. I've let myself on already, but yeah. And then there's sort of all the people like I've met. I didn't know anyone going into it, so that was a bit scary.
Yeah, how did that make you feel, being the only one?
Well, going into it on the first day, I was pretty nervous. But like, it's sort of having people there is sort of like a security blanket. But I always knew that I was someone who was pretty good at making new friends. So I first of all, one girl she started speaking to me, and so I was very nice to her. And now we sit together like every lecture. And then there was this guy that I actually did end up knowing, like he was one of my sister's friends, and so now he sits with us too. And then I've met a couple of other girls who went to Somerville House, so we sort of have some similarities from the whole private school thing, like, we probably met at sport and things like that over the 5 years. And yesterday I met a few boys who were doing sort of real estate, and they do a couple of my subjects, and they were really nice. So I just really enjoyed meeting new people. Like, it's like there's a whole new world out there, and it's pretty exciting.
That must be really good for you to go in thinking, oh, I'm a bit nervous, but then realising and making so many friends. You had such a good positive attitude.
Yeah, you're right. Like, it was really sort of, I don't know, it was sort of a winning experience going in and going, oh, I don't know how this will be, I don't know anyone, and then coming out with all these new people, and I guess each new person is sort of a new social group altogether, so there's a lot of opportunities opened.
Yeah.
And that's just the social ones, not to mention sort of the planning ones. Like, there's all these planning groups at uni where I guess if I wanted to, I could get in contact with people who were town planners, find out more about the profession, maybe get some work experience. And I think that's something I would really enjoy, because I don't know, I'm enjoying the study for it, and I guess experience would just help me later on. So yeah. Why not?
You have a really good attitude towards this. So did you feel a lot better and more confident about choosing that subject once you talked to, you made so many friends, you've had such a positive experience so far talking to town planners?
Yeah, no, I'm really starting to think that was a good choice. There was actually a bit more nerves. One of the girls I work with, she did town planning last year, and she dropped it.
Oh.
And I sort of found that out just after I'd sort of filled in my QTAC and things like that, and I was a bit nervous after that, but it turns out that she just sort of hadn't done as well as she'd like to in school, and town planning something with a reasonably sort of low OP requirement, so she'd just done that for a year and sort of upgraded, and now she was doing what she wanted to do, so I don't feel too bad about it. She also told me she had a few friends who still do it and love it, so
Oh, that's good.
yeah, that was good. So I guess one out of the few people I've talked to not liking it is not so bad, not so bad at all actually, and I guess each their own. If I enjoy it, then fair enough.
That would have though made you feel a little bit uncertain.
Yeah, no, uncertain's probably a good word. I was a bit edgy. I kind of was pretty like I wanted to know what she hadn't liked about it and things like that. But I think it was sort of a bit too big a work. Like first year out of school anyway. I don't think she was up for a big year of uni anyway. So I don't think she worked too hard. I don't think she did too well. And I guess if you're not doing too well, I guess that's pretty tough.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's all going well so far. I've got a few assignments coming up though, so that might be put a dampener on it a little. But
so are you feeling confident for the exams? You sound confident in the subject.
Yeah, no, I'm pretty confident for exams. I know I'm pretty good at sort of taking notes and understanding and things like that. It's more assignments I'm a bit nervous about because that's probably not my favourite style of assessment. I don't know, but I think like a lot of my subjects, they sort of have at least 3 pieces of assessment, so even if you sort of mess one of them up, you've got another 2 bigger pieces to help bring you back up.
Yeah.
And I'm feeling there's not quite as much pressure as there was at school, so that's something good.
So did you feel a lot of pressure at school, or is it just a completely different situation?
Yeah, no, I did actually feel a lot of pressure at school because I guess all of last year it was working to a certain point, working to your OP, trying to do as well as you can. Yeah. Whereas at uni, what the lecture is, what everyone else seems to care about, everyone just wants to pass.
Yeah.
So, I mean, like sure, I'd love to do better than a pass, but if that's all that matters, then it's definitely nowhere near as much pressure as high school, year 12 in high school was.
So that must be really good for you to feel so confident in the subject you just chose, and it being completely different to how you felt at school, so that just must be such a good experience for you.
Yeah, it's been a complete sort of lifestyle change, so I'm just feeling a lot more relaxed with life in general, and I think that's a really good thing, I guess. Hopefully that keeps up, hopefully the subject continues to interest me, and if not, I don't know, it's not like I'm locked into anything, like you're always free to sort of change slightly, or change majorly if you need to, but I don't think I'll need to do that.
That's really, you're sounding really happy and confident, that's really good. Is there anything, not making you not feel as confident besides the whole transitional period?
Not really, I don't think. The only sort of difficulty is I don't have my license, so I have to catch the bus and train to uni every day, so that's sort of an extra hour on my day, but that's not really making me feel uncomfortable, that's just sort of a bit annoying, but I mean, all the people I know who drive say they have issues with that too, so I think that's just another issue, but maybe that's something I can work towards when I'm planning.
Yeah.
Better transport systems.
Yeah, well, you sound really happy and confident, so it was really, really good to talk to you about this, Heidi. Thank you.
Yeah, no worries.
See ya.
Is that 9 minutes again?
I did.